It's a pleasure to be here to participate in this panel session on the new CIO leader, setting the agenda and delivering results. You know, these really aren't new concepts, but I think the definition around them are changing in very dramatic ways. For years and in far too many organizations, the CIO's agenda was focused on cost reduction, and results were measured in terms of stable production services and system availability. But the reality is today these things are simply the price for getting into the game. They offer no competitive advantage or no differentiation. I think that we're at a point where the demands being placed on the CIO are going to change and change dramatically. We're going to see CIOs asked to do more, to deliver more, and to take a more active role in the strategic business management of enterprises. So what does this dramatic new world look like? Well, I'd like to show you what it looks like in one global market-leading company, Applied Materials. You notice the title of my presentation is the IT Transformation at Applied Materials. And not too long ago, that would have been an accurate description. But today, the real message, and the point I'm trying to make in my presentation today, is the IT transformation of Applied Materials. Not just changing the IT organization, but transformation of the business enterprise. I believe that's the challenge and the opportunity facing today's CIOs. But before I get into the specifics of the transformation at Applied Materials, I'd really like to provide a little background on who we are. Applied Materials is a global leader in nano manufacturing. We first applied these breakthrough technologies to dramatically reducing the cost per transistor and fueling the information age. And it continues today in the new wave of consumer electronics that we're all becoming so fond of. We then applied that nanomanufacturing expertise to the flat panel display, and again dramatically reduced the cost and enabled the mass ability of people to be able to afford these systems. Today we're applying and extending that nanomanufacturing technology to the solar arena with the same basic expectation: dramatically lower the cost per watt and enable clean, safe, and renewable energy alternatives. Applied Material is truly applying nanomanufacturing technology to improve the way people live. But what about that transformation that I mentioned? Well, some vital statistics first, actually. 9.9 billion in the past 4 quarters in orders against a revenue of 9.2 billion. Over 14,000 employees in 15 countries and 101 locations around the world. And a 5-year rolling total of over $5 billion in RD&E investment. But now to the transformation that I mentioned. 10 months ago, when I joined Applied Materials, this is what I found in the organization. 17 independent IT organizations reporting to 17 different leaders in that organization. Over 90% of the IT spend on sustaining and maintaining, keeping the lights on. The wrong mix of core versus context competencies. Contractor staff augmentation model, a US-centric geographic footprint, and an order-taker mentality and perception of IT. 1 year later, governance and over $300 million in IT budget have been consolidated under a global CIO. If it is IT and Applied Materials today, it reports to a single leader, a single throat to choke for IT transparency and value add. Less than a year later, over 30% shift in our spend from that sustaining, maintaining to business enabling, build, and change initiatives. We've adopted a new organizational structure and new core competencies focused on those things that we really need to be doing to enable the business. We've adopted a managed service model. It is now in place, and we are moving context, commodity, IT activities to that managed service model across the entire enterprise. We have centralized and consolidated our IT infrastructure, and most importantly, we have IT strategic leadership of enterprise-wide business transformation. So in the IT governance realm, We recognized that there are three basic things that every business needs to do to maintain long-term viability: strategize, implement, and operate. And we believe that IT organizations are just the same, so we founded our new global organizational structure on those three pillars. And within those structures, we did an analysis to determine what was truly core versus context. We determined what we would retain, and we decided what additional core competencies we needed to really drive business innovation. In strategy and planning, we added the new capabilities of service support, cost management, technology innovation, business process optimization, and applied lifecycle management. In solutions management, we added a strong program management build function, business intelligence, and resource management. In our production services arena, we added infrastructure integration, service management, and global operations. The managed service model is key to our ability to be able to focus on core and to take the costs out and reallocate those costs to business enabling initiatives. You can see what the model looked like in 2006: high IT spend, significant in-house IT capability, and under-leveraged IT outsourcing, primarily in a staff augmentation mode. Within that 1 year, we put in managed service, reduced the IT spend more than 30%, refocused our internal IT resources in a smaller, more focused, lean internal organization, and dramatically increased what we were dealing with in our managed service model.